Hey guys, I'm back with video number 3. So the first video I was sharing my basic kit setup to keep a good flow of work and stay sanitary. The second video I was sharing with you how I organize my brushes when I have multiple talent to keep them clean and separate, and then how I clean up quickly either between each person or at the end of the day. So this one, video number 3, I just want to share with you my new set bags. So I've had to switch it up and let me share it with you. So here we go. So in the other videos, I was sharing with you my routine and my flow and what I do with brushes and how I clean up really easily. I realized that I forgot to talk to you about this little guy. So for the last couple years, Kathy Singh had a great hack that was a collapsible silicone cup, and I used to use that to wet my sponges and or just have water if I needed to wet an eyeshadow or anything. But with COVID now switching to the metal, so I have several of these that I ordered again on Amazon. I also did the metal sharpener, so it has 2 sides to it. I've gotten a couple of those. And so what I would do, I actually try to have multiple black eyeliners, multiple brown eyeliners, and then several lip liners that are the same color range, and I try to sharpen those before the job so that I don't have to worry about, I make sure the pencils are clean, disinfected, and then I sharpen them all at the beginning of the job. So let's say that I have 5 talent. So tomorrow I have 5 talent, 2 of them are girls. I'm gonna have my black and my brown pencils sharpened so that whatever I have to use on them, I won't necessarily have to do this. But it's also good to have multiple sharpeners and make sure they're really clean, because then you don't necessarily have to stop and clean them in between. But so if I was gonna clean them, first I would wash this with soap and water. I'd rinse it really well. I'd pour my germicidal cleaner, virucidal cleaner in here, and then I would pop that in and let it sit there for a few minutes. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that. Always spatulas, I always like to make sure that I have those. This is a glass one and then a metal one. And then I mentioned before the Mayo cases, this is the Mayo case spatula. And with this, this is the touch-up kit that I have been doing, and I bought extra little pods of this so I can switch them in and out. And it's really, really easy. For instance, my job tomorrow, not everybody is going to be there all day long. So what I will probably do, I have a few of these cases, but what I will most likely do is I will sanitize this, I will wash it, I will use alcohol, and then I'll use a germicidal cleanser. I'll let it dry while I'm working with somebody else. And then I have enough of these pods, I'll probably just refresh it with new pods. So anyway, whoops, battery's about to die. So that's kind of the routine there. So let me show you my new set bags. So I have these great set bags that I love and love to use, but now with COVID, they are a hard mesh fabric that is really way too difficult to clean. So this is one of them. Let me pull back here. This is one, just really inexpensive bag. I think it was like $15. But this is the smallest one, and what I do with this, right now this has a couple hair products in it. Normally it doesn't. So what I would do with this is I put all of my sanitization stuff. Everything that's a germicidal cleanser, anything that's a hand sanitizer, it all goes in here so I know where it is. Then I always have a clean towel in there. So this is super easy. This is hot water, soap, alcohol, and germicidal cleanser, and it's clean. Okay, I realize that these are not, sorry, I don't know where I'm going with the camera. I realize these are fabric, but I just soak them really well with hot water and soap, and then I put the germicidal cleaner over them. I'm not really too worried. I know that they are coming clean. I know that the guidelines with hot water and soap is gonna help that. I'm really trying my best to be careful about all of these things. And hey, this kit is also fabric, and I just I will wash it. I will get a cloth. I will wash it down with hot water and soap. I will get a clean cloth with just water, and then I will wipe it down with alcohol and do all that to it, and so far it's fine. So this is the first set bag. Let me set that aside. The second, sorry for my terrible shaky camera work here. The second one is this one. It's a clear stadium bag. And I love the idea of this one. So this one in the top zipper gets the alcohol wipes, gets a clean towel, and then depending on how many talent I have, I will put these and extras in there of these little Ziplocs and also of these little numbers. So those all go in here. And I always make sure this is totally clean before I put a clean towel in there. And then, sorry guys, I'm getting used to this, one hand holding the camera. So this bag currently has my hair stuff, and I apologize for this. These should not have been in there. They should have been in a Ziploc bag. But this has hair stuff. I carry my brushes and my combs in a Ziploc bag, or I'll carry them in one of these. If I have multiple talent, I will do that. So that I know they were cleaned, washed, and sanitized. And then this just has a bunch of hair stuff in there. And I ended up having to lay them down. I prefer to stand them up. You'll see the other bag that they stand up in, this one they don't. So I do that, and then I would put a clean towel on top of there. And this little number with Kleenex, I have been putting inside of a Ziploc bag. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to approach this. When I'm on set, however, I use a sealed Kleenex bag. So those will all go inside of here. And then that's a great bag that I love. And it has, I think it has these little mesh things. The jury is still out for me about using those. I have used them a little bit, and I just wash them really well with soap and water. So that is number 2. Sorry. Let me try to, boy, this camera work. I bet you guys are loving my camera work here. I will never get an award for cinematography. Anyway, okay, this is the third bag. This is where I can stand the hair products up. And I've just been kind of playing around with these. This has a little pocket in the front. Doesn't really have many other pockets except these 2 little mesh things on the side. But this is another one that I like. Of course, it depends on how many people you have on set and what you need to carry with you. But I'm going to tell you, instead of putting all my products in there, using these, I am really shouting out to Mayo cases today. And using these has been a game changer. And again, every single thing at the end of the day, I know that I know where the brushes are at that I use. There's no finding them, worrying about keeping them safe. They've been in a zipped bag all day and only used on that client. So everything, these, the pods that are inside of them get dropped into the Ziploc bag with the used brushes. They get taken home. I might put them in here to transport them. Then when I get home, they get taken out, they get cleaned, they get washed, everything gets washed. So that's what I talked about in the other one. Every single thing in here gets washed with soap and water, gets wiped down with alcohol, then gets a germicidal, virucidal cleanser that is left to cure on that. So, oh, and let me be clear. First, I wash and dry the brushes, okay? So brushes are washed and dried. They're wiped with alcohol. I know there's a few different theories on this and ways that you can do that. That is how I've been doing them. Once they're dry, wipe them with alcohol, and then a germicidal spray. So anyway, hopefully that helped you guys. Hopefully you liked the bags. They're all found on Amazon. I'm actually going to do a link to these bags so that it will help you find them easier, and you can find any of this stuff that I mentioned. So anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for putting up with my shaky camera, and I will see you soon.